Good morning. I've only been up a very short time. I didn't go to bed till 1 o'clock, and I woke up. I got about 3 hours of sleep, and actually I was awake, I think, most of the first hour that I went to bed. It seemed like I could not fall completely off to sleep. I kept having, I don't know what I was dreaming, but it seemed like I was in between this world and some other world. You know, sort of like you're going crazy. And sometimes that's how you feel when you're waking up. And so that's what I'm going to call this morning. It's what came to mind when I woke up, because I've been getting a lot of emails from people that are describing peculiar symptoms, or what they feel are peculiar symptoms. So I'm going to call this "So You're Waking Up." Because a lot of us are. Some of us have been awake for a little while, and for those of us that have, we're going to help you that are just now waking up. We're going to share our own experience with no sugarcoating. I'm just going to tell it like it has been. But all I can share with you, all I can share with anyone, all anyone can share with anyone, is our own experience. It's not about some belief system that somebody else had, whether it's 100 years ago or 2,000 years ago or 1,500 or whatever. Because this is about our own experience today. It doesn't even matter who we may have been in a past life. And all of us were someone in a past life, actually more than one someone. Maybe some of us were someone that was significant in a past life. And maybe not. Maybe we all just had ordinary lives and none of them were of famous people. Why am I starting out talking about past lives? Because I guess that's one of the symptoms of waking up. We have the feeling that we're connected to some personage from the past, or some role from the past. One of my first past lives came to me as I was rejected by a lady that I was attracted to. And she said, "I could not get sexual with you because you have an energy of a priest or somebody that you're not supposed to be sexual with, and I just could not get sexual with you." Now, she wasn't the first person to give me a message along that line in my life, but she was the first one that gave me that message when thereafter I had a vision and a description of a past life, and I was a monk on an island in the Aegean Sea off of Greece. And from the time I was an adolescent, I lived in the monastery. And I had no contact at all with females. It was pretty much a male monastery, and we did everything. And in fact, the flesh was totally not revered, not respected. We were more of a Gnostic type of monastery, where our whole mission in life was to be in the spirit realm and not pay attention to the physical realm. And in one of my subsequent meditations, visions, whatever you want to call them, after that, my muse, who had been appearing to me for years, and I didn't even know that she was my muse, but this beautiful woman, long, flowing blonde hair, would appear to me in dreams just before waking, and sometimes I would be aroused, but oftentimes just simply inspired. But in this one particular meditation, vision, after I was told about this monk, my muse and my monk appeared in the same dream. And she was wearing a light blue dress. And she came over to the monk, and she was just nurturing him, hugging him, accepting him right where he was, and helping him heal from that lifetime where women and sexuality were totally forbidden. That was just one past life. And I don't know, I don't have a name. Well, yes, I do have a name. I had a name, Ambrose. Whether that's accurate or not, it doesn't really matter. These are merely visions. So what happens when we're waking up is we may have recalls of a past life. And sometimes we're in between who we are now and who we were then. And there's issues that come up for us. And sometimes we feel like we're in the light and in the dark at the same time. Sometimes we feel so much love, and yet we still feel fear at the same time. Now, I know what some spiritual teachers have taught. I've probably taught it myself once or twice. That you have to either be in love or in fear. You can't be both. Well, I've had enough experience. Whether I'm crazy or not, that's for you to decide. But I've had enough experience in my life to know that sometimes I feel like I'm in both places at the same time, which is why I gave myself the name Paradox Man a long time ago. A long time ago, when my mentor, Dr. Bruce Morgan, said that paradox was my forte. Because I've always been a paradox to myself. I've been an enigma, an absolute enigma and a conundrum to myself. A mystery wrapped... My life is wrapped in a mystery. And I'm more than one thing. I'm more than one person. It doesn't mean that I'm insane, although sometimes I've wondered, because sometimes people have perceived me that way, and sometimes they've been so blunt as to say so. I'm a multidimensional being, and so are you. And in this ninth wave, we're going to be waking up around the world. We're going to be waking up around the world. And everything that we thought we knew about who we are, or who we were, or who we will be, it's all converging on this moment in time when we get the opportunity to put it all together. I believe that's what the completion is about in the ninth wave. Putting it all together. Putting all of the pieces of ourselves, the soul fragments that have been scattered through many lifetimes, with many identities, with countless experiences. It's all going to come together. And all of a sudden it's going to start making sense, although not initially. When we're waking up, we get confused. So if you're feeling confused by these messages, welcome to the club. We've all been there. Those of us that have gone a little bit ahead of you, we've all been there. Times that we doubted ourselves, we were unsure. We didn't know which end was up. We didn't know whether we were coming or going. We've been there. We've been there where people didn't want to listen to us. I mean, it amazes me how many people are listening to me right now. When much of my life, my family rejected me because I thought I believed in a different Jesus than they did. And I still love Jesus. I haven't loved Jesus any less than I did when I was a fundamentalist Christian. I have a greater understanding of who Jesus was and what he came to do. But I still love Jesus. I'm still a Christian. But I'm more than a Christian because I was a priest that presided over human sacrifices at one time in Mexico, Central America. And I believe it was pre-Mayan from the images that I get. It was either Aztec or pre-Mayan Toltec. But I have had flashbacks, you might want to call them, in dreams of playing different roles throughout my life. Often a priest. I've often been a priest. And I talked earlier about my muse helping Ambrose heal. Someday my twin flame will come and help me heal, because you want to know the truth? The one area of my life that I still feel that I'm not together is the area of my sexuality. It's been a real challenge in this lifetime. I've had such a strong desire for beautiful women and for spiritual partnership, and to get over the guilt and the shame that surround my own sexuality. And I've really struggled. It's been a hard ride sometimes, because when I'd be really attracted to a woman, I'd be so attracted and yet so afraid at the same time that I would tremble, literally tremble inside. Especially if we got to the place where we got to touching each other. And all this is remnants of something from my past that's being worked out now. And those of you that believe you are some identity of historical importance, you may have been. Who am I to say? If that's what your soul is giving you, even if there are 100 people on earth that say they were Jesus Christ at one time, maybe they were. Maybe Jesus Christ is back in, maybe that soul that was Jesus Christ is back in more than one identity at the same time. I don't know how it all works. A lot of it is still a mystery to me. But I do encourage you to recognize that you're here now as you. And even if you feel a strong soul connection to someone from the past, and I have had different people in my experience that I've read their stories or felt certain things, that I had a strong connection with. The Apostle Paul, for example, was one that I felt I had a strong connection with. Whether I was him or one of his disciples, I don't know, but I have felt an affinity. But what I'm here for now is to allow the parts of me that have been scattered throughout my history, the journey of my soul, to allow those parts to come together, not as a schizophrenic that goes crazy because of it and cannot function in the world. I've certainly never been able, I've always been able to function in the real world. I've never lost it, even when people thought I was nuts because of my ideas. I've always been rational and been able to articulate things, whether people believed me or not, or wanted to hear it or not. I've been able to do it. So we're waking up. I've been waking up for a long time. I've been on this God journey of discovery since I was a little kid. And many of you have as well. And I've already talked to some of you through emails or communicated with you in some way, and you've shared parts of your story with me, which is why I know it's important for me to share with you that you're not going crazy. You're just waking up. And actually, Dr. Michael Murdad has that title. I've never attended that lecture, I don't believe, but you're not going crazy, you're just waking up. So you're waking up. That's why you're feeling all the things that you're feeling. That's why there is some conflict in your life and some ambiguity. Because you're a paradox person just like I am. You have many pieces of yourself. You're multidimensional. You have many aspects, many facets on your diamond. And this ninth wave is your time to shine. It's your time to be the person you've been creating from the beginning in this journey of evolution, where you fell asleep and you had a piece here and a piece there and a piece there and a piece there throughout many lifetimes, through many roles. And today, in today's world, you're putting those pieces back together with the help of divine grace and divine love. Absolute acceptance, unconditional acceptance of every role you've played, whether light or dark. Every role has a meaning and a purpose. And somehow, some way, it's all coming together for you. And as it comes together for us individually, we change the world. So, today, I leave you with that. The fact that if you are drawn to this, you are waking up. And know that you're not alone. It's happening with hundreds and even thousands and probably tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands, and it may go into the millions of people around the planet that are waking up and remembering. And it's a beautiful thing. God bless you this morning. Meditate on what I've shared with you, because it's important that you be here now in all of your brilliance, in all of your wisdom, and most importantly, in your ability to love and integrate every pair of opposites you can think of within your own being. Integrate them and heal them. Let them dance together. You're waking up. Namaste. Thank you very much.